Oh, damn it. Yeah, you guessed it. I forgot to put this goddamn microphone on again. Shit. I'm sorry, everybody. Yeah. Wow. So, yeah.
Start at the beginning. It
Yeah,
was
you.
so lovely.
Yeah, there's a good reason you couldn't hear. Hi, Susanna. Nice to see you. Pardon me for being completely incompetent here. God damn it. Uh, this is my network. I can say whatever I want to within reason. So, God damn it, I forgot the goddamn microphone. I'm not going to use the other word. Everybody knows. Everybody knows all the curse words by this time. 21st century. So, but I'm really sorry that I had this whole big intro. I played our first song, which is "Take the A Train." So, so we're gonna do it all over from the top, and I'm going to introduce it. This is a wonderful song that is associated with Duke Ellington. Yeah, you can hear me now. It helps when I turn on the microphone and clip it onto my lapel, doesn't it? Hi, Amy. Okay, well, once again, the old strummer has egg all over his face. Another adventure in music du jour. Uh, so I'm gonna do a song that is a wonderful standard, and it's associated with the fabulous Duke Ellington and his orchestra. However, Duke did not write this song. It was written by a very talented composer, arranger, and a musician named Billy Strayhorn, who became a protege of Duke for many years. And one of the first things he did during his association with Duke was to write this great hit song called Take the A Train. You must take the A train to go to Sugar Hill way up in Harlem. If you miss the A train, you find you missed the quickest way to Harlem. I'm reading the words. Get on board, it's coming. Listen to those rails a thrumming. All aboard, get on the A train. Soon you will be in Sugar Hill in Harlem. La da 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 la da 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 ba do da 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 la da 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 la da do de la da 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 do da do de. Hurry, get on now, it's coming. Listen to those rails a thrumming. All aboard, get on the A train. Soon you will be on Sugar Hill in Harlem. Take the A train. And here's a look at that sheet music. I put that up earlier when there was no sound. But anyway, it's got a little illustration and it says by Billy Strayhorn. So, by the way, I highly recommend going to YouTube and checking out the original recording of that by Duke Ellington. And also, there's another video, I believe, of the A Train featuring a fantastic vocal group, the Delta Rhythm Boys. They are just fantastic. And they do a lovely job on the A Train as well. So those are a couple great recordings of that song. We're celebrating Black History Month here at Music du Jour. This is Casey MacGill. Welcome on board. We're taking the A train symbolically, so to speak, to visit the wonderful musical heritage of America's great Black composers. That was Billy Strayhorn, and I'm going to do a Duke Ellington song for you right now. A very near and dear song to me, and it was written in 1930 when Duke was at the beginning of his residency at the Cotton Club, and his original band was fantastic. And at that point, he was expanding out and had recently hired a young clarinetist and tenor sax player named Barney Bigard. And Barney, I don't know how much of this Barney composed and how much Duke composed, but they did it together. It's one of my all-time favorite songs, Mood Indigo. You ain't been blue, no, no, no. You ain't been blue till you've had that mood indigo. That feeling goes stealing down to my shoes while I sit and sigh. Go long blue, always get that mood indigo since my baby said goodbye. In the evening when lights are way down low, I'm so lonesome I could cry, 'cause I ain't got nobody who cares about me. I'm about as blue as any man can be. When I get that mood indigo, gonna lay me down and die. Ain't been blue, no, no, no. You ain't been blue till you've had that blue indigo. That feeling goes stealing down to my shoes while I sit and sigh. Go long Isn't that a lovely tune? All right, I'm gonna head back over here. That song is a special one for me because 40 years ago I had a singing trio in Los Angeles called Mood Indigo, and I don't exactly remember. I remember around the time that name came to me. I don't remember the moment, but I did have a feeling that the minute I thought about that, it had a real special feeling. And I hadn't previously listened to the song all that much, but I had been a big fan of Duke Ellington for quite a few years already. And that being in that band, it was definitely a high point of my life. And I'm so grateful to the great heritage of the Ellington band, Duke Ellington, Billy Strayhorn, all the guys that were in that band. Amazing. Wow, what a fantastic orchestra. And if you want to really experience the incredible beauty of an original American orchestra, listen to the Duke Ellington Orchestra. There's one song called Across the Track Blues that's just unbelievable. The beautiful tonal colors in that song, the palette. You know, Duke was a painter with sound. And also he what was the name of that song? Daylight Express, I think. Anyway, it's a train song, and it's about an express train, a crack passenger train, which was cutting through the night, you know, at a really rapid speed, and the band conjures up the spirit and the image and the feel and the sounds of this train, something that couldn't really be adequately duplicated by a group nowadays without a lot of study. And so I'm just a huge fan of Ellington. And I've got another song. Oh, here it is. I want to do for you. And this song is by a guy who had a whole career as a pianist before he became known as a songwriter. And he was also an entertainer. We're talking about the great Mr. U.B. Blake. And there's a song of his I want to do for you tomorrow. And I pulled out the sheet music. I haven't quite got it together yet. Isn't this a lovely copy? Memories of You. And I'm going to be working on that today. But there's another song of U.B. Blake's that's not very well known. It's a lovely tune. And it was co-written by Andy Razaf. Or Razaf, I'm not sure how to say his name, who was the lyricist on most of Fats Waller's music. And it's a really lovely tune. And I became aware of this from the great singer, Big Joe Williams, who was the singer in Count Basie's group, Count Basie's orchestra in the 1950s. Fantastic singer. He appeared on public radio and sang this many years ago, and that song immediately caught my ear, and I went, wow, I love that song. And it's called I'd Give a Dollar for a Dime, and U.B. Blake and Andy Razak. I'd give a dollar for a dime. I've gotta hear that record play again. Turn love's December into May again. Bring me the thrill just one more time. I'd give a dollar for a dime, so I can hear that sweet refrain again, that carries me down Lover's Lane again, back when the world was all in rhyme. Seems that song was written for us. Every word and note has charms. Our two hearts would sing the chorus as I held you in my arms. I'd give $1 for a dime. My aching heart is on my sleeve again. I'll close my eyes and make believe again. I'd give $1 for a dime to play that record one more time. That little jukebox right over here is like a magic key, for it can take me anywhere on wings of melody. I'd give $1 for a dime. I've got to hear that record play again. Turn love's December into May again. Bring me the thrill just one more time. I'd give $1 for a dime, so I can hear that sweet refrain again, that carries me to Lover's Lane again, when all the world was still in rhyme. Seems that song was written for us. Every word and note has charm. Our two hearts would sing the chorus as I held you in my arms. I'd give $1 for a dime. My aching heart is on my sleeve again. I'll close my eyes and make believe again. I'd give $1 for a dime to play that record one more time. Isn't that a great tune? I love that song. I'd give $1 for a dime. That's by U.B. Blake and Andy Razaf. By the way, there are some film clips of U.B. Blake, I believe, on YouTube. He made a short film back in the early 1930s, and with his orchestra. And then also, U.B. Blake was a somewhat frequent guest in the late 70s and early 80s on The Tonight Show with Johnny Carson. And he was a short, thin fellow, and he would come on the show. He had these big glasses, and he'd sit down next to Johnny, and they'd start talking, and he'd light a cigarette. And, he was in his 90s at the time. And he would always say, if I knew I was going to live this long, I would have taken better care of myself. And I always thought that was highly amusing since he was smoking. But guess what? He was one of the lucky ones. He made it to 100 years old and died after he had attained the age of 100. So he did pretty well. And I think music had a lot to do with his longevity. And he started out in Baltimore, Maryland, and one of many talented musicians, including Billie Holiday, that came from Baltimore, and started out playing ragtime piano. And there's a number of his published ragtime pieces that you can find collected into piano albums for you pianists out there. Anyway, U.B. Blake. And this would not be a tribute to Black composers without mentioning another wonderful musician, entertainer, a virtuoso pianist, a prolific songwriter, over 500 published songs, and just a wonderful, wonderful personality, Mr. Thomas Fats Waller. Okay, and this is a song that's been covered by all kinds of people, including Willie Nelson. He made a record of it several years ago, and I made a record of this with my orchestra. And let's see, I'm going to show you a picture of the compact disc. There it is right there, called the Roycroft Session. And we made a big, extensive arrangement of this tune, Honeysuckle Rose. And I originally thought this would be a good song to write for swing dance competitions. So what I did was I incorporated some of the most famous riffs that some of the different bands put on this song. And I'm talking about riffs from the Fletcher Henderson Band and also the Count Basie Orchestra. So when you check it out, you're going to hear, in addition to some soloing and some vocalizing, you're going to hear some famous riffs, and it's a really fun recording. So if you want to hear that, I would recommend that you go over to Spotify or Apple Music News and check it out. I think you can also listen to this on my YouTube channel, which I recommend you subscribe to. Anyway, here it is. I'm going to up the tempo a little bit. Every honeybee fills with jealousy. Baby, goodness knows, honeysuckle rose. When you're passing by, flowers droop inside. Goodness knows, honeysuckle rose. Oh, don't buy sugar. You just have to touch my cup. You, my sugar, so darn sweet when you stir it up. Oh, when I'm taking sips from your tasty lips. Goodness knows, honeysuckle rose. La da do la da do la da do la da la da la da da. But you da da do da 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 da. Honey, 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 dun, dun, da 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 da. Honey, 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 dun, dun, da 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 da. Don't buy sugar, you just have to touch my cup. You, my sugar, so darn sweet when you stir it up. Oh, when I'm taking sips from your tasty lips. Yeah, goodness knows, honeysuckle rose. Oh, you're my sugar, honeysuckle rose. All right, honeysuckle rose. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for me to sneak and creep, but I want to thank you for dropping by Music du Jour. This is Casey MacGill wishing you all a very safe and healthy hump day on Wednesday here. And also, if you're feeling generous, don't forget to stop by the old Venmo or PayPal receptacle of gratitude for a little deposit there. We appreciate all of your help, and we want to thank everyone who has generously donated in the past, and also want to thank everybody just for tuning in, because that's the most important thing, is that we hang out together and have a little time with some good music and some good companionship. So thank you for stopping by, and I'm going to play you out with just a little bit more of this honeysuckle rose thing, okay? Honey, 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 honey,